very much. And here with me is Mr. X and ecTheovide back in the player sofa. First matchup of the day. How are you guys feeling?
I'm feeling good, thank you.
Feeling good, thank you.
Is it good to start off the day or like get it over with, or would you like to wait?
I don't know, actually. I haven't thought about it.
Okay.
I prefer to start off the day.
I understand that. So we have a mirror matchup. How do you feel about those in general, like a TvT in general?
I think TvT is a really fun matchup, like the best mirror matchup and one of the better matchups overall. And it's going to be fun.
Hopefully it'll be I think it will be a good matchup to start off the day with. Be a long, hopefully some long games.
Long macro games, hopefully. So you both have 100% win rate versus TvT in the UniSL. What can we expect from today, from your game?
Good games, hopefully, and probably long games as well. It's TvT, so that can happen.
Yeah, exactly. I hope for some long games as well, some enjoyable games.
You study here also at KTH. So do you feel like it's special to be here in your school on stage representing?
Well, ecTheovide studies here at KTH as well, I suppose. But of course, I think ecTheovide is a more outgoing person for KTH. He's an official Twitter almost for KTH. No, not an official Twitter, but he has a kind of popular Twitter among KTH. No, maybe not.
No. But I have Twitter.
That's
no,
great.
but I saw your Twitter was mentioned in Åskledaren.
Oh, yeah, I tweeted at them when they asked that question. I wouldn't say that's an official Twitter for KTH, though.
Okay. So you were asked to answer some kind of weird questions before you start here. Like, if someone were to play you in a movie, that would be Daniel Radcliffe. Why?
What? Oh, me. Right. I think he's pretty cool. I've seen like some things he's said, and he seems like a smart guy and an enjoyable guy. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you also said that your favorite superhero is Spider-Man. Does that mean you like a very kind and sort of responsible guy?
Yes. Short answer.
Okay, and we can see the facts, the fun facts for Mr. X. You played Brood War, but only the campaign. Why didn't you start with? What was the campaign better, or what were you thinking?
No, mostly I didn't know about the esports scene, or I wasn't well connected to the multiplayer. But the story always drew me in on multiple occasions, and I had a strong follow. I followed strongly the story and read the books and stuff like that. And
Nin is not. It's a casual gaming kind. Can you tell us about that?
I got invited by my friend who had been in the clan for a while, so I joined their community and started hanging about and playing team games and stuff like that.
Great. Thank you guys so much. I think it's time to choose the maps. So if you could just...
All right. So with the map selection, we're back here to talk about. And for today, we have a special system that's going to be working out this way. The two players get a nice application where they get, first of all, get to kill one map each. And after that, they get to pick the maps one at a time. So yeah, let's talk about the whole process. Let's see. Oh, there's two maps each taken out, of course, in the best of three. Sorry. Forgot that, of course. Two maps each taken out in the best of the three, and after that, now they get to choose the order of the maps, and you're going to see this happen for every game throughout the day. So, what do you think about the map selections? Ackland Flats seems like the first one coming up. Daybreak is the second one, and Ohana is the third one. This is a TvT, so I mean, it's hard to pick the maps. It's hard to pick the maps, trying to make it easier for you, your race and so forth.
Yeah, no race has a clear advantage, obviously, since it's a mirror matchup. But yeah. We could say that you just pick what maps you generally like.
Yeah.
Something interesting, I think, in ecTheovide's bans, he banned out Cloud Kingdom and Entombed Valley.
Yeah.
I think that's quite remarkable, as while NiNMrX chose to ban out the more uncommon maps like Belcher Vestige and Neoplanet S.
Yeah.
ecTheovide chose to ban Cloud Kingdom and Entombed Valley, which are two great mech maps. So I don't think he wants to be... My guess is that he wants to go bio and does not want to face mech.
No. There's no big tank battles that we're going to be seeing. Do you think so? No.
NiNMrX might go for it, but I don't think ecTheovide is going to.
All right. Talking about the games and the length of the games, both of the players were very excited on possibly getting some long games. So I think that we're going to see some macro beginnings for these, possibly even just almost cheese macro starts for both players in the first game. What do you think?
Yeah, let's hope so. It's going to be Echelon flat, so just a 1x expander maybe, and even a command set first would not be at all surprising. No. I hope for a real macro game.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm hoping so as well. Talk about the nick of Mr. X, just for the sake of it. It comes from Metal Gear Solid 2. Have you played that?
I've never played that.
You never have that? Oh my god, the Metal Gear Solid games are so good. Metal Gear Solid, the first one, is one of my favorite games throughout history. It was so good. The second game I didn't like too much, and the third I really didn't like. Fourth is epic if you've played the previous games.
Okay.
Just wanted to tell that to everyone. No.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yes, Metal Gear Solid.
Heard of it.
Yeah. And there you go. Link to the past favorite console SNES. There's that Zelda fetish among gamers.
Everyone seems to have it.
Yeah, for some reason. 9 Inch Nails. I think that... do you know them? That's just a casual gaming clan, so I guess it's not that known about.
Yeah, I've never heard of it, but I guess it's just some friends going together and creating a clan, which is... perfectly fine.
This is perfectly fine and a lot of fun. I mean, one of those as well. It's called Duck, and it's epic. It's absolutely epic. So it's nice for these type of clans to see their gamers represented, I think. Let's go to ecTheovide and talk a little about him. His nick actually comes from the fact that his parents were they were thinking about picking either Theo or Vide. Theo or Vide for his names. I'm going to have to pronounce those in Swedish. So his nick became ecTheovide. I think it's a pretty cool nick.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's original, if nothing else.
Yeah.
And he's representing another casual gaming clan, ePlants Connected. ePlants Connected. That's an interesting.
Yeah, I have no idea if it actually makes sense or whatever, but
it's not supposed to make sense. No, it's a casual gaming clan. Those don't make sense. Anyway, so a TvT, and we're going to start this off on Echelon Flats, which is interesting. I haven't seen too much happening on this one, actually. I've not spent too much time with this map. What can we say about it to start off with in TvT?
Yeah, it's Heart of the Swarm map originally that now has come into Wings of Liberty, and I would say it makes some really interesting positional play. Once you get up your third base and with siege tanks and everything, it's going to be really interesting to see the positional play, and it takes a lot of skill, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's throw ourselves right into the game. I'm going to start off by introducing our player in the top left corner. Give it up for our blue Terran, ecTheovide. And there he is, looking as focused as ever. Studying at KTH here as well. Environment, energy and environment is what he's studying. It's interesting to have a few players from there. I haven't seen many of those. It's usually just computer science studies, people studying peoples. Do you want to grab the other one?
Of course. Here in the bottom right corner of Echelon Flats, we have our red Terran player from 9 Inch Nails. It's Mr. X.
Bam! There he is.
Yeah.
As well, looking very, very focused. And technical physics is what he's studying here at KTH as well. As stated, we have a lot of KTH players. We have one from Södertörn. I think that's Njal from Södertörn. And then we have Madde, of course, from Stockholm University. So it's a lot of fun to see from other schools as well. And all right, let's start off by saying, what are your predictions for these gaming styles? You talked a little about this already, about the mech and not so mech. Which one will win?
That would depend on the player's skill, of course.
Yeah.
I personally am a big mech fan.
Yeah.
I love it, but we'll see what the players would go for here on this map. Both ecTheovide and Mr. X seemed quite comfortable in a macro game, so yeah. I'm gonna hope for an early expand and then just go into macro game from there.
Exactly. We're seeing a refinery already from Mr. X, so he's not preparing for a very, very early expansion, at least.
Yeah, he's going to probably go for a quick factory. He could go for a Reaper as well, but this map is not really good for Reapers. There's not many corners where you can jump up and then down.
No, not really, and the distance is quite far as well. So we're going to see what comes from there. There's no plan yet from ecTheovide. He's making his command center changing it into an orbital, of course, right now. Do you think we're going to see an early expansion from him?
Yeah, it's going to be a normal 1x expansion. We'll see if he builds down at natural. Yeah, and he's going to build down at natural.
Yeah,
One thing that didn't really go so well for ecTheovide is that he didn't actually get into MrX's base.
Oh,
he just went up to the ramp and then turned around. Yeah. Since MrX just walled in there, so that's pretty good play by him, and he's going to throw down a factory now. So we'll see what he's going to go for. It could be a reactor Hellion, which I would love. I think it's great with the early expansion from ecTheovide, since the map ramp to natural is so wide. But with that positioning of the factory, it's probably going to be at least a Starfighter, probably a Banshee.
All right. So Banshee play from him. Do you think we're going to see a nice response from? I'm thinking that ecTheovide shouldn't have any trouble picking that off. I've seen him play a lot, and his mechanics are very solid, and he's nice preparing for all kinds of pushes, and he's been able to hold very strange and cheesy pushes from all three factions as I've seen him so far.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down a lot to micro, obviously. If you have a well-microed Banshee, it can kill an infinite number of Marines without stim. Yeah. So, and since ecTheovide is going for 2 racks before any gas, 3 racks before any gas, actually looks like almost like a TvT build. He's now grabbing his gases, so he's not going to have a stop out in time to get a Viking for the Banshee, so he's going to rely on his Marine micro or getting up with missile turret, but he's not going to scout this, I think, because this is not a place you scan.
No. But talking about that micro, actually, we're going to rely, of course, a lot on NiNMrX's micro as well, because, yeah, that Banshee micro is pretty hard.
Yeah, it is.
It is. That's the hardest level for me on StarCraft Master.
The Banshee one?
Yeah, I had to spend so much time on that.
I think I got stuck on the road. You have zealots and sentries with a ramp versus a lot of roaches.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get through that one.
Oh, you didn't? I have been playing too much Protoss, so I had absolutely no trouble with that one. But it depends on how you're playing and what you're playing the most, of course. All right, so Cloak coming down as well. Just you stated here. So Banshee's coming up, and let's see how much damage you can do with those. Actually.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what follow-up is going to go for as well. He's getting up a lot of minutes, so I think he's going to throw in a command center, and there it is.
Yes.
Yeah, and this means that he's going to use the Banshee to try to do some economic damage. He's going to target down SCVs.
Yep.
But ecTheovide might actually be able to stop this since he's going for an early engineering bay. I don't know if this is his normal plan to go for upgrades, or if it's just for the missile turret, as he doesn't know what NiNMrX is doing.
Yeah, and he's also started the STIM research, which means that if he gets out a bunch of Marines, of course you talked about non-STIM Marines can be encountered to infinite number of Marines if you micro it, but with STIM that of course changes the situation completely.
Yeah, it does. Also notable is that ecTheovide did grab the Silnaga Watchtower, which is very useful as he's going to spot the Banshee.
Yep.
I think NiNMrX wants to clear that out, but his Marines are going to be a little bit late, and ecTheovide is going to know that there's a Banshee coming, and he's going to throw up at least a turret per minute line.
Yes, I think so too. So the countermeasures are there, and he just tried to do as much damage as he could to that Banshee before the Marine died. Every little something helps, at least, of course. And these Marines are trying to, in the natural, trying to corner that Banshee, actually, and managed to do a little some damage. Trying to micro around and get it down. We're going to see a scan here soon. Doesn't have energy. Does he have energy? No.
I don't think he has. And
now he has
that
energy.
missile turret didn't complete, so this Banshee is going to do a little bit of damage at least.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be able to take out that SCV. No, it's not.
Oh, that's a scan, but the Banshee is going to get away with 20 HP.
Yep.
Let's not kill too many SCVs, actually, just got 1, and now the turrets are finished, so that Banshee is going to be trapped, and I don't see
four
NiNMrX doing a lot
kills,
of
man.
damage.
4 kills.
Yeah, 3 Marines and then
3
SCV.
Marines. Yeah, sorry. That's true. It's getting a few now, of course, and yeah, it's always annoying when you waste one scan. You have just 3 or 4 more energy on that natural, though, to get another scan up. But I think he's going to be keeping that Banshee far away.
Yeah, pretty fine micro so far. Actually, that's up 9 kills, so that's well. He's going for a second Banshee into the main of ecTheovide, so yeah, he's going to try to do a little bit of damage, but he hasn't done a lot of direct damage, but has done some indirect damage, just forcing ecTheovide to actually build 4 missile turrets. So that's 400 minerals to dead. That's a command center that he could have built.
Exactly. On NiNMrX's side, we're seeing Raven on the production queue. What's that Raven for?
It's probably, it looks like he's going to go for a mech opening.
Yeah.
He needs the Raven to get air superiority for the point of fence during Viking versus Viking battles.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't think that NiNMrX's build are going to work out real well. He's going for a lot of blue from Hellions with the second factory with the reactor.
Yeah.
So he's going to go a lot of blue from Hellions and a couple of Ravens with a Viking. But yeah, since ecTheovide seems to be going for a Stimmed Marines with +1 Medivacs push, it's going to take a lot of micro from NiNMrX's Hellions to hold this.
A lot of micro, and of course the Vikings are going to have a hard time reaching the Medivacs as well. And this Banshee is really cleaning house. Oh, it got 12 kills before it died. How many workers killed? 8.
Yeah, 8 workers killed. That's not bad at all.
No, not bad at all. So that Banshee really, I think he did his work. Did his job. He forced up a whole bunch of turrets and he killed a lot of workers. And here we go. The Marines are chasing these the Hellions now down the map.
Yeah, this is going to come on a lot of micros. As I said, TvT has actually overstimmed.
Yep.
I would say it's stimmed a lot, and it has only 1 medevac, which isn't even close to Sami. So, yeah, it's going to be at half HP when it comes, but it's going to take a lot of micro from both players, since Marines versus Hellions is not that bad for the Marines when you have stim combat shield medevac support if you micro properly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you just got to make sure to not line them up too much. And he has a drop as well going around. He's going to drop medevacs in the main at the same time pushing the ramp. How much damage do you think he can do with this?
NiNMrX is not reacting at all, so I think it could do a little bit of damage.
But NiNMrX manages to snipe 1 medevac, actually. And these Hellions are going out, and they're catching the Marines off guard.
Yep, just finished, but now everything is run away with the tanks eating up the ADAs. So.
Exactly, it's running.
But the drop is in the main.
Yep, the drop is going into the main, and we have the Vikings chasing down the medevac, but and we have a few Hellions coming in here, but they're going to be taken out very quickly. Oh, there's more Hellions coming in here, and they're cleaning up this drop pretty efficiently. Just one lone Marauder is going to be taken out very quickly. And at the same time, he's pushing up the ramp, trying to take out the bunker, which is going to fall.
It's well played right here by going to 2-point version. Yep. It is going to be cleaned up eventually, but yeah, now for once, TvT knows exactly what NiNMrX is doing, and he's done a lot of damages. I think actually NiNMrX is going to have to pull us at least even land his Vikings here.
Yeah, land his Vikings is going to be able to lose all those Vikings because there's some reinforcements coming in here. There's a few more Hellions, but those are going to take a lot of damage from the siege tank.
Yeah, he's going to put down a couple of mortar turrets, but
yeah, and he loses the Raven. That's bad.
Yeah, that's really important. And TvT is just going to reinforce now. He also has a 3rd command set on his way, so he's done a lot of damage. And NiNMrX needs to gather his forces. He can't just rush into TvT siege tanks. He needs to gather a couple of siege tanks and a lot of Hellions, and then rush out because he has to wait.
Yeah, NiNMrX flew out two medevacs down here in the lower left corner. Is it going to try to fake some sort of maneuver, or is that just a mistake?
Could be a misrally.
I think it was a misrally, probably. And meanwhile, TvT is pushing up the ramp here. He's managed to take out a lot of forces. Man, this micro is really good.
Yeah, TvT is doing exactly what he needs to.
Yep. There's a lot of nice micro. Yeah, and it's pushing up, and those Hellions are trying to push down here, trying to poke at these Marines and try to take them out as many as possible. But with the Vikings here, oh, whoa, very quick GG. There we go, man. I'm liking. I said that earlier. I'm liking the play from TvT. He's got some nice move, and he's got nice micro. Actually, he's got good game plans, and I think he read that game very nice.
Yeah, he went for the 1r6 expand. Did take some damage from the Banshee, but not too much, and then he managed to do the really strong 2-base push versus the greedy mech play of NiNMrX. So yeah, he needs to go for an earlier siege tank if he's going to hold some big bio aggression, because the key when fighting bio versus mech is to kill them early.
That's true.
That's what it needs to do.
That's what it needs to do, and he really took that opportunity, actually, very well.
He did what he had to do. And
he did what he had to do, and I like to point that even though he got a little bit caught off guard with the Marines by the Hellions with the early blue flame there, he did keep pushing because he had to keep pushing. Yeah, so he wasn't deterred of that and pushed back. But he did a lot of nice rally, nice macro, and he handled those units very well. He really micro them to the full. What do you think for our next game here?
It's going to be really interesting. It isn't Daybreak, so that map opens up a lot of possibilities for some one-base aggression.
Yep.
I would not be surprised to see some sort of Hellion drop, Reactor Hellion, Cloak Banshee, maybe Proxy Banshee. Yeah. It's a very good map for one-base aggression.
Yeah, and with that, we're right into the game. So let's switch right in there, and let's introduce the players down here in the lower left corner again. Down 1 game as of so far. Let's see if he can pick it up and come back. It's NiNMrX. And there we go. Looking a little... he's focused, and I think he's a little concerned.
Yeah, I might be thrown off on that first game, and I wouldn't be.
Yeah,
I would be too.
No, exactly. It says League Diamond. He's in Diamond League actually against pretty well-established Masters League player TvT. So it's going to be a little bit hard. And talking about TvT, would you like to introduce him?
Yeah, here in the top right corner, a blue player, TvT.
There it is. Very focused as well. He always looks focused. He's not one of our he's not one of our cocky players. Not one of our very self-confident cocky players trying to psych out people. He's just really down to earth.
Yeah, not like Yahweh and Göran Persson.
No, exactly. And Fubar and the bad people, the bad guys.
Bad guys? No, the good guys.
The good bad guys.
Yeah.
The bad guys we like.
I love the bad guys.
Yes, I love the bad guys as well. I don't like guys, but if I would go for the bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Göran Persson.
Göran Persson, definitely. I mean, look at that physique.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry. All right, anyway. So we have a barracks coming down here blocking this off, and a refinery again here from Mr. X. You think we're going to see the same? Is he going to go mech?
I think he's going to go for some sort of mech play. Yeah, it's not a bad map for mech. It's not a super good map for mech either.
No.
Since the third base is quite vulnerable. It's not the easiest third, so yeah, it's not the best mech map, but if he is a comfortable mecher like I am, he's going to go for it. He also does this really neat trick with the ramp, where he partially builds the supply depot.
Exactly.
And then goes back to building the barracks. So he delays his barracks completion for like a couple of seconds. Yeah. But TvT is never going to get a scout in that. No.
And that's pretty much the same thing as Prop Dash did earlier on in the tournament as well. For every build, for every game, he started off with doing that, sealing off the ramp and denying any scouting for all 3 races into his base. And the point is, he never changed his build order behind that, but they didn't know.
Yeah, exactly. Just putting them into the...
Put him in the dark.
Yeah,
yes,
pretty much.
Yes. Switching the lights off. It's always good to switch the lights off for your opponent.
Oh, I love this that Mr. X is doing.
Oh, there it is. Nice. Yeah. The proxy factory.
So this could be a couple of things. Yep. It could just be for building siege tanks or Hellions and go for a big aggression. Yeah. It's actually not bad, but it's not the common. It could also be the back from the beta proxy Thor, which is one of my favorite cheeses in TvT, where you just go for a real quick Thor and just pull a lot of SCVs and repair. But
does that work? Yeah, that sounds really... I haven't seen... I don't play Terran that much.
Yeah, it was actually not that common long ago, but it was some time since I saw it now. Yeah. It's going for the reactor at home, so I would guess it's going to be some sort of factor unit aggression. Yeah. He could also... It's also theoretically possible to go for Banshee over there, but I don't think he's going to, since he went for the reactor on the barracks. No, and there's a tech lab coming down on that factory. So it might just be a big proxy siege tanks. Yeah, that seems like it could be, actually. And ecTheovide, he's finished his expansion. He's morphing it into an orbital right now. So he does have an economical advantage. There's a lot of damage that needs to be done from Mr. X. Yeah, this is going to be a big one by Solon, especially since his factory's proxied. Yeah. It's going to pull a lot of SCVs? I think it's going to pull a lot of SCVs. Yeah. But the thing is that he might strike when he has like one siege tank with siege mode. Yeah. That's one way to do it. But I think he's going to wait and either put down a factory or a couple of barracks too, and then just go for more of like you go for the 1-1-1 against the Protoss, where you go a bit later with a bit more troops. All right. There's a lot of dancing Marines outside of Mr. X's base. He wants to. He really doesn't want TvT to get a scout in. No, or he's training river dance. I mean, you gotta stay up on your river dance. It's true. Absolutely. Absolutely. You don't think that was as fun as I did. I can notice. It's okay. There's an engineering bay coming down here up at ecTheovide's place, and we're talking about the siege tank. Yeah, siege mode's coming up. Of course, there's another tank in production. 2 tanks out. When are we going to see the push? I think it's going to go when it has 3 siege tanks in siege mode. Yeah. Then it's going to pull a bunch of SCVs and a lot of Marines. And yeah, since ecTheovide is actually going for just a lot of Marines, the exact same build he did last time. Yep. Often you almost need siege tanks yourself to hold a big siege tank one-base push. Yep. So it's going to be really tough, especially since when combat shield instead of stim. Yeah. It's going to be pretty tough for him to hold this if Mr. X micros properly and has bunkers and SCVs in front of the tank, so the Marines can't get up to them. Yeah, of course. With a lot of these Marines, of course, going to mainly work as a meat shield here, and same thing with the SCVs. There's only a few SCVs coming. Do you think he's going to pull more now? It's a bunch of SCVs anyway. And these siege tanks are in the front lines as of right now, which is. Is that dangerous? It seems like it's a little dangerous, but yeah, ecTheovide knows what's going on. He's gonna pull no, he's going to get those tanks. He's going to catch the tanks off guard, and he's going to lose them, and that's going to thwart this whole push off. And ecTheovide is really focusing down those tanks, and they're going to get taken down. 1, 2, 3 tanks down. Man, ecTheovide knew exactly what's coming. Mr. X needs to push now. Yeah, NiNMrX has a siege tank down in his factory. It's going over there now. And yeah, it's going to be real tough by NiNMrX. Very, very good crisis management from ecTheovide, just pulling all his SCVs from the natural as well as the Marines. And yeah, he's pulling more SCVs from the main down to the natural, so he's going to be ready to pull his SCVs and Marines at any time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mr. X, I'm a little... he's going to be able to take out that bunker, which is going to be a nice something at least. And he's got his siege tank coming up there. But he had a small advantage there. He could have kept pushing with those Marines and taken out the bunker while there was a low Marine count for ecTheovide.
Yeah, he could have, but just wanted to go for it. Oh, yeah. He's on siege right now.
He's on siege right now, and these are coming up here, and he's doing another mistake. Yeah, and this tank is going to go down so quick. The bunker is filled up and is being repaired, but is it going to be enough?
Oh, he needs to focus the low Marines. There's so many red Marines down there. The other siege tank comes in, and I think it's going to clean this up.
This is insane. How many workers have they killed? He's killed 26 workers, man.
Yeah, but it's still just up 4 workers.
Yep.
And he's going to... Oh, he's overextending. He needs to stay down with the bunker. He's going to catch up the siege tank. And
he's losing so many siege tanks that he could keep alive. And this bunker is going to fall. And there's only 2 Marines in it. So this push, man, it's thwarted. Grazio, good luck, and he's leaving. It's a GG there.
That's such an early GG.
Such an early GG, but NiNMrX, how was the worker count there? He could have come back with after this.
Yeah, absolutely. He was actually ahead.
Yeah.
He just needed to stay in and continue to macro up and just go for the macro game, and he didn't realize how far ahead he was.
Oh, man, that's so bad. I mean, NiNMrX, as a diamond player, of course, it's the nerves. You feel like you're not ahead, and the point is, he made so many mistakes, obvious mistakes that I know he did very well, overextending with those siege tanks, walking up with the 2 before all of his Marines in the beginning. The third one went too close. When he had only 1 after that, he sieged it up way too close. He had 1 unsieged in the end. So many small mistakes, and still he was ahead with that push.
Yeah, if he had just pulled back and started to macro up and tech up, it's not lost at all.
No, it was not lost at all. I mean, we don't know if he would have won, but he was in a very good position to keep playing, actually. Yeah. I'm not sure. I think the problem is that he was probably not very comfortable in the macro position against ecTheovide, because ecTheovide being very good macro player, actually. They talked about confidence in macro games, though. It's so, I think that's a problem. They wasn't confident, but then again, he felt like he was behind for some reason.
Yeah, I think he did. And yeah, it's pretty hard to realize how that he was really far ahead. That ecTheovide pulled so many workers, but yeah, he really felt he was all in. So that's probably what happened.
That was probably the case. We're going to go to the stage, and Ina is gonna get to talk a little bit with ecTheovide, the winner.
Thank you, guys. You are the first player to make it to the semifinals. How are you feeling?
It feels great. I'm very happy.
You seem like a very, very focused player. Every time I've talked to you, is that how you feel yourself? Or
most of the time. That last game, I had a bit of a problem focusing, actually. But most of the time, I focus hard. And yeah.
Is it, like we talked about yesterday, now you're a bit happy, but you're already focused on the next game, who you want to see and facing you in the semifinals?
I'm expecting Spexilla. We've faced off a few times before, and he's really, really good. So I'm kind of prepared for that, so I'm hoping for it as well, because otherwise, well, I'm not as prepared for Göran Persson, so...
Another TvT would be less good for you then.
Yeah.
Did you expect to make it this far when you signed up for the tournament?
Actually, I had really no idea how good the players will be. So when I was looking around, like at the other players kind of early in the tournament, I was thinking that semifinals will be a good goal for me. So I'm happy to have made that goal.
All right, you made it to your goal. The second game, that was a kind of, you were in a tight spot in the last minutes where they pushed. What were you thinking then?
Mostly fuck. Because that wasn't going very well at all. And as the caster says, I don't think he had to leave then. I mean, I have no idea how much he had behind that, but I felt pretty bad. I wasn't really at all prepared for that. I thought he was going to do the same thing as the first game, because it went okay for him until I killed him, kind of. I mean, his Spanish did a decent job, and I thought he would try to do the same thing and hold it, because then make it strong when you get later. So, I don't know, I wasn't prepared.
Okay, so you're also in a casual gaming clan called ePlants Connected. Who came up with that name?
We did together. We were like sitting in a Skype and just talking, trying lots of different names, and all of them had acronyms that were already taken by big teams. So we were like, no one has EC. So we came up with it, and 3 days later, Eclipse announced their team. So we were like, well, that's bad. We had already name changed, all of us, so it was like, well, it's done.
It happens. Is it StarCraft only, or do you play other games?
We play lots of games, but we're only named EC in StarCraft. And we're like only real-life friends, so it's not like a community, really. We're just players. Gamers who like to play together and hang out together as well.
Again, congratulations to making it to the semifinals. We are going to go for a quick commercial break, and then we will be back with the matchup 2 of the day.